Malaysians working in Singapore can return at any time, according to Senior Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob. According to Bernama, Sabri says that under the Recovery MCO, there are a few categories of applications for the purpose of entering and leaving the country. He says they can apply via the Immigration Department's My Travel Pass. He also dismisses the need to implement an enhanced MCO on Selangor following a spike in positive COVID-19 cases. However, he adds that the Health Ministry has been asked for an assessment on the issue, as well as whether there is a need to tighten SOPs in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. All three are under conditional MCO until October 27th. Sabri says placing these areas under EMCO means shutting down the economy and that food would have to be sent over to the houses. Malaysia reported 865 new cases today, 455 recoveries and 3 fatalities, bringing the country's COVID-19 death toll to 190. AirAsia Group Chief Tan Sri Tony Fernandez says keeping the borders closed is not a solution in a globalized world, the Bangkok Post reports. He says that at one point countries have to take a small measure of risk to reopen, as we cannot live in a cave for the rest of our lives. Fernandez points out that Thailand and most countries in ASEAN region depend on tourism. Quoting Fernandez, the report indicated that testing passengers on arrival for COVID-19 without a mandatory 14-day quarantine is the preferred solution for post-outbreak travels, coupled with a strong contact tracing app to detect people. As AirAsia waits for borders to reopen, the airline is focusing on the domestic market as demand for short-haul work and travel still persists. Meanwhile, the group's Philippines affiliate, AirAsia Philippines, is looking to secure fresh working capital from financial institutions. Quoting AAP's CEO Ricky Isla, the Philippine Star reported that based on the encouraging results of gradual operation of its flights, will help it to get some positive support from banks amid the current crisis. Malaysia Airports Holdings will install the latest thermal scanners and sneeze guards at 19 of its airports as part of its efforts to keep its guests safe from COVID-19. In a statement, MAHB said that it would also continue to implement various contactless and physical distancing solutions in order to give visitors some peace of mind. Group CEO Datuk Muhammad Shukri Muhammad Saleh says that since the onset of the pandemic, the group has not stopped exploring means and ways to help mitigate the risks. He adds that MAHB has been working closely with authorities through its joint KLIA COVID committee, with KLIA serving as the pilot as it is the group's major hub. Among the airports that have installed the new equipment include KLIA, Penang, Tawau and Labuan, to name a few. Among the airports that are pending include Ipoh, Kuantan and Lahad Datu, with work scheduled to be completed by end October. Vehicle sales for September rose 26.4% to 56,444 units year-on-year, following ongoing promotional activities by various car manufacturers. In a statement, the Malaysian Automotive Association said September sales were also 7% higher than in August. MAA says that September sales volume is the second highest monthly sales figure recorded so far this year. Year to date, total vehicle sales number 341,489 units, down 22.9% from the previous year's corresponding period. However, for October, MAA is expecting sales volume to be lower overall, following the implementation of the conditional MCO in certain parts of the country, and also due to consumers being cautious about the ending of the loan moratorium on September 30th, 2020. Foundpack Group says any potential listing of its 75% owned laser stencil manufacturing subsidiary Dynamic Stencil may happen on the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia. In a filing, the group qualified that any potential IPO of Dynamic Stencil is still in its early stages and that it is currently exploring all available options with no definitive timeline in place. Foundpack will also consider listing Dynamic Stencil on other stock exchanges that might offer better valuations. This filing was made in response to the Edge Malaysia interview with Foundpack CEO and ED Ong Chun Heng, who confirmed the potential listing of its profit-making subsidiary.